Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
A series of errors by police and prosecutors and a lack of knowledge were to blame for the collapse of a rape trial involving a 22-year-old student, Liam Allen. After carrying out a joint review, the Metropolitan Police and the Crown Prosecution Service have apologised to Mr Allen, who spent nearly 2 years under investigation before charges against him were dropped. Our special correspondent Lucy Manning reports.
Instead of imprisoning Liam Allen, the Metropolitan Police is now apologising to him. It failed to reveal crucial information when he was charged with rape.
I am sorry. I am sorry this happened. I met Liam Allen yesterday and I was really grateful to have the opportunity to speak to him, to explain the content of the report and to apologise to him for the mistakes that were made, the fact that information was not identified at an early stage of the investigation.
Yet it took almost 2 years on bail and 3 days in the dock before the evidence was finally discovered, clearing him.
I'm happy to have got an apology, and I appreciate that they waited till they knew, sort of identified what went wrong and the errors that were in there as well. But it's 2 years gone. I really do appreciate the apology, and I'm grateful for it. But it's 2 years that I'm just not going to get back. It's just how I'm always going to see it. I'll always feel and how I'll always have that over me. That would be it.
The review by the Met Police found the officer on the case didn't properly search the alleged victim's phone containing 57,000 messages. He said no relevant information had been found on it, and when Liam Allen's lawyers asked for more details, the officer said that wasn't necessary. Well, there could be problems with a large number of cases. There's now a national review, and in London alone, 600 cases are being looked at. Some have already had to be stopped at the last minute as evidence that should have been disclosed has come to light. Student Oliver Mears had all the charges dropped after 2 years on bail for rape after new evidence was disclosed. And Isaac Ittery was released from jail waiting for his trial after police finally disclosed texts proving his alleged victim had lied. Do you think there are people in prison at the moment who may have been wrongly convicted?
Very difficult for me to answer. I think the problem is about disclosing the material late rather than not at all.
Liam Allen might be one of many. Thousands of trials across the country could now be affected. Lucy Manning, BBC News.
Now, the Metropolitan Police has apologised to a student who was wrongly charged and put on trial for rape. The case against Liam Allen collapsed in December after key evidence emerged of his accuser pestering him for casual sex. But the Met said no police officer is to be disciplined over the failure to disclose the social media messages. Our senior Home Affairs correspondent, Simon Israel, reports.
An apology is the least Liam Allen is owed for the catalogue of failures that nearly sent the innocent university student to prison for years. He'd been on bail for almost 2 years and was 3 days into a trial on 12 counts of rape and sexual assault when the case collapsed. He walked free after police were forced to disclose his accuser's mobile phone records, which undermine the allegations.
It appears to me that it will always be in the interest of the police and the Crown to select messages which assist their case, and it is the issue that I wish to be redressed.
In a 7-page review published today, the Metropolitan Police and the CPS said the disclosure problems in this case were caused by a combination of error, lack of challenge and lack of knowledge. The mistake was made by the investigating officer, but not deliberate.
He did not see the material that later undermined the case. He thought he had checked thoroughly. He thought the searches he had done would have identified everything relevant. That was an error. It was a human error, and the system really should have had those checks and balances to stop that progressing. It didn't, and that's why I apologise to Mr Allen.
Yet when the phone data was handed to Mr Allen's own lawyers, it took just a matter of hours to find crucial messages between the complainant and her friends, which cast doubt. How many search words had you put in before you came across the messages? Can you remember?
On the first night, I only put in one search message, and that was Liam. And I came across enough messages to be able to address the judge and say that there was such material on there that it undermined the case and I needed more time. We then put in other ordinary search terms you can imagine, such as sex or love or those sort of things, and we came up with yet more messages.
Another 600 rape and serious sexual offence cases are under review in London, where the accused are waiting trial. The CPS admits some have been dropped because of disclosure issues.
Yes, we have found some of which have already been discontinued and I think have been mentioned in the media. Can't give a running commentary on figures because some cases are dropped during the normal course of events. But once the review is finished, we will be able to look through all the cases and see how many cases had the same disclosure problem as we have seen in the case of Mr. Allen.
There is currently a national review across England and Wales of thousands of rape prosecutions to ensure evidence has been disclosed. And there's an expectation there will be more miscarriages of justice in the pipeline.